Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? My name is Nigeria Chambers of Big Old Media, and we're here at New York Comic Con 2023 to talk about this project that I've been tracking since San Diego, where we had a chance to talk to San Diego fans of the channel. Also have seen the content from San Diego, and now we're here to get more updates about Ghost of Ruin, which tonight we'll have a panel, which I'm assuming some news is going to come there, but we're going to see if we can get some insider scoop right now. But gentlemen, introduce your names and your titles for the audience, and that'll be great. We'll get started.
I'm Mike Ryan. I'm the showrunner.
And I'm Thierry Marchand, the director.
Awesome, awesome.
And he's French.
Yes.
I'm French.
How does it feel to be at San Diego, New York? Well, San Diego now to New York was going to be my question to you, but how does it feel to be at New York Comic Con this year?
Well, it feels somehow familiar because New York feels like a European city to some extent compared to LA, for instance.
Yeah.
But then I get to Comic Con here and it felt overwhelming. Like so many people, so many fans, so many stuff to look at. It felt like, I was feasting my eyes and then time flew and then I was late for the interview. But otherwise, it's amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
What about you?
Sort of the same idea. I've never been to New York Comic Con before now, and this is my first one. I'm blown away. It's amazing. And I didn't realize it seems just as big as San Diego. It's maybe bigger. I don't know. I've heard that there are like 200,000 people here.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love it. I love the fans. I love getting a chance to even just talk to people who've even like seen something I've done, and they get all excited, and I get all excited. And so it's just like a love fest kind of.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you just think about this now. You hit two of the biggest conventions in the world to talk about your project that, again, and even by my analysis from San Diego, a lot of people are excited about, a lot of people are ready to be involved, and we want to see this come to life. We did get the teaser that also hints that this is going to come 2024. Have we locked in a date, a quarter, or anything else you may be able to say exactly on that yet?
Yeah. I was just like,
I just do frames.
Yeah,
I don't do dates. Yeah. I do frames.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I only work in frames. So actually, we have a lot of that kind of information, but I'm actually the last person who's been given permission to say anything about it. So I'm like him. I'm like, I just work on story. We work on frames. We're like, he does frames. Yeah.
In innocence, I'm French.
Now, I've been really struggling in terms of describing this to folks because I keep saying, like, you have no idea. This is not just going to be an animated series. Like, there's going to be so many ways for folks to be involved, ways to change the trajectory of the shows that was described. And then the fact that it bounces between a couple of different genres itself as the animation, like, it just seems like this is going to really be revolutionary in terms of what we've seen and as fans being able to, like, have. How do you all describe this project? And although you've already got a team, but like if you had to pitch this, how would you what would be like sort of your long line?
We've talked about it quite a lot. We've had a lot of fun because it's various genres, and we love action, we love horror. Yeah. Just the two of us working together side by side has been just such a joy because it is different genres. So I think how I always describe it is it's a character-driven piece for starters. Number one, character first. But on top of that, there's a lot of action. There's gaming. That's a whole big element, and on the biggest element is probably horror, and not only physical horror but psychological horror too, because we're talking about what happens when the human psyche gets maybe fractured, let's say, in a game where your brain can't tell the difference between reality and this game. There's no way for your brain to tell the difference. So what you experience in that game, you're going to keep with you as a real trauma. So it's I love that part of it. That's probably, I don't know if that, what do you think? What's your, like?
Well, yeah, story-wise, like you said, but what I like as well about the process is how we involved the fan, which was like a big puzzle for us, how to incorporate outside output based not on a story logic, but based on a mass preference. Like we want her to be like that because it's cool.
Yeah.
And we as story creator were like, yes, but then it kind of like untie our knots, etc. So find ways to still make it work with those different output is cool. And also I like the fact that we are sharing with the fans as well the process, because usually animation is a very lonely process. The crew makes it. then it gets out, and then the 2 years of work. Some cool stuff are happening as well during those 2 years, story-wise. There's the main story that we're producing, but there's also other stuff. Hiccups, obstacles, change of plans. I don't know, like weather tragedy or COVID tragedy. And those are very interesting also to share. It's cool because it gives the people the range of passion that the artists are putting in the show to give it birth. So I think it's really cool. It kind of like shines a light on certain areas that were not known before, or theoretically known with panels like that. When you talk, well, it was difficult, frame by frame, but now they get to see it. We are putting pictures with words, and I kind of like it.
I do too. I like that too. I mean, and we've both been in animation for longer than we care to actually say, but even longer. I'm older, but the idea, we were always very isolated. My whole career, I don't think I ever saw someone unless I went to Comic-Con or somewhere like that. And then usually that would be like 3 to 5 to 10 years after whatever I had been making came out. And for this project, we've been able to sort of share not only the storytelling process with the community and get their input and give them things to vote on and choices to make, which was a lot of fun. And Terry would be drawing stuff special so that they could actually pick which one they liked best, and it was a blast. And it was so much fun to even give them the process, because in animation, as I always say, there's like 10,000 moving parts, and there's 10,000 important parts, and every one of them is equally as important. It's like they're all the most important thing. So it's like you get to actually bring them on this journey all the way from scripts to storyboards to, after that we would have layouts and voice recordings and then into animation and models and props and design elements and concepts. And I should let you do a big chunk of that because it's every step of the way. Oh yeah, sorry.
and like that's what's really intriguing, is because when you look at either traditional television and films, you kind of can decide the personnel that's going to be involved. You look at animation, but then there's this connectability, as you mentioned, about like the fans being able to participate with it, with the things coming along. Is there any other type of roles or duties or responsibilities that is kind of newly to this realm that had to kind of make this work?
I think a lot of the actual roles that work already in place in terms of animation production, that didn't really change.
Right.
I think it was just a question of us communicating more with the community, and to that end, we had some people on the Battle Island crew that kind of helped us with that coordination, with that communication, with that sort of back and forth, especially like PJ and Laura, and there's a lot of our crew. It's very much directly connected to the community, and they would be the sort of bridge between us and the community.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, we didn't increase the crew, we just plugged something else into the hole we could find.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Final question here. What a star-studded cast, and then every single time I just get so giggity about the folks you got involved. It's good to see Tony here. Another name that's a part of this who is in here is Rosario Dawson, and obviously the phenomenal Alexa. Talk about this having like arguably one of the best set of cast members together for this project.
Personally, I'm frustrated because I couldn't get to talk to them that often. Mike got all them. I'm just like discovering the voice, and I can finally share my love now, but I was not involved, so I refuse to comment that question.
Yeah, I'm very selfish. I'm like, no, I'm going to talk to Rosario Dawson.
It's the ocean. I'm blaming the ocean.
Yeah, right. It's because you're over. Yeah, you're across the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, I don't think words can really express the amazing talent, like you just said, and how everybody brought their A game. Well, everybody all over the entire production really brought their A game. But this amazing acting talent. And these are like stars, and you're just you're talking to Rosario, and she's doing the lines, and then she and she's just such a professional, and she's so talented, and then you give her, sorry, you were there, you were there. I mean, well, he jumped in on the Zoom call. We were doing Zoom. We had to record via Zoom, and he did that sort of Zoom bomb where you like join the call even when you're not supposed to. And then, but it was brilliant because he showed Rosario some of them storyboards and some of the moment where I think, would you show her the asshole moment? It's like where she walks out of the, I'll lean in so we can, but he, there's this moment where she's walking out of Marcus's office and the Prism, her character, and she goes, fucking asshole. But we didn't have that until he showed her the storyboard and he said in his French voice, I'll try and do the French voice. So, no, you do it.
Get low.
So she walks out and she's very angry, you know. And Rosario says something. She says like, you mean like maybe she would say like fucking asshole or something. We're like, yes, do that. So and so that's the kind of moments we had with everybody. Alexa, so amazing and so talented. And Tony, oh my God, he's so talented and such a sweetheart. It's just we've been so blessed with this cast and how much they bring to the table and how alive these characters have become because of them. Yeah. So I can't say enough amazing things about everybody who did the voice and so sweet and just perfect people. You know, it was just a joy. A real joy.
Amazing. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer, but today, the panel, I'm sure some of the other questions I have will be answered then, and cannot wait till the world gets a chance to check this out. But once again, it's a pleasure to talk to you, too, about this project that I think is really going to be game-changing for all the animation. So thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.